there's a vision for Wayne that could be pretty exciting if executed properly. I'll break everything down next and what it means for people that live in Wayne or are thinking about moving to Wayne. So if you get some value out of this or you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call with our team, you can do that with the link in the comments to talk about Wayne real estate and your real estate needs specifically. A vision for Wayne. If you go to the website, it's avisionforwayne.com, and it highlights the North Wayne Avenue area and east and west of there, which includes the General Wayne Theater. Obviously, Radnor Middle School is located in this sort of Vision for Wayne area that's been designed, and it's a collaborative effort to create a shared vision for the future of downtown Wayne. And what I know as a local real estate agent is that everyone wants a downtown area in close proximity to their home. So this sounds pretty exciting. Now, when you go on the website, I hope the plan gets fleshed out a little bit more. And we're going to dive into this here because it's a major community planning initiative. So it's basically a master plan that was launched by Radnor Township, and it's meant to build the existing township comprehensive plan and use the community's historic character and kind of combine the two. And the goals are a roadmap for decisions on housing, decisions on historic preservation, open space, mobility, design, and land use. That's really the intent behind this, and to guide investment and decision-making for the downtown Wayne area. Wayne is one of the most popular towns on the main line. A lot of people want to live there. They want to be able to catch the train, go grab a bite to eat. There's some incredible restaurants there like Blue Elephant, Teresa's, the Goat's Beard, just to name a few. And it's a hot spot, right? You got the Wayne Hotel right down there. There's a lot of things. So the reason this matters is that Wayne is part of the mainline lifestyle, right? You got walkable amenities, the rail access via the Wayne Station, and historic architecture. That's kind of what the main line's all about. And there's some challenges there. Parking is not easy. Traffic and mobility issues, increasing pressure on housing affordability and housing diversity, and some of the older buildings that are there, and keeping retail businesses in this area. And, the plan acknowledges these, and it's meant to help the district to stay vibrant and to become welcoming or more welcoming and resilient. And the key themes in the plan here, I'll break them all down for you. There's really 5 or 6 of them. So the first is land use and design. And they're talking about potential updates to zoning and how future buildings will relate to the street, and the emphasis on preserving the character of Wayne while allowing the necessary and appropriate change, and designing new construction to respect historic buildings and community scale. I love the idea of updates to zoning because right now, if you go to downtown Wayne, there's a couple townhome communities, there's a couple condo buildings, and then there's these massive, beautiful single-family homes. And not everyone can afford these massive, beautiful single-family homes. And that's one of the appeals to people that live down there. But at the same time, it would be nice if you look at what Ardmore's doing. And Ardmore's a very similar town. It's in Lower Merion. They're adding apartments. They're adding condos. Look at what King of Prussia did with adding townhomes. Now, these townhomes that are in the town center, they're going like $600,000-700,000. That's a lot more affordable than the single-family home. So the fact that they're talking about mixed use and updates to zoning is a smart thing, and I think that's really needed in a lot of areas, not just Wayne. The second bucket here that's a major focus is housing diversity and affordability, what I just talked about, and it identifies the need for mixed types of housing. So not just single-family homes, but condos, multifamily, maybe some high-end rentals. Again, Ardmore is doing this right now in Suburban Square, and they want to make sure Wayne's accessible to a broader population, not just the upscale single-family homes that are in the area. And I think that's super relevant for a lot of folks. Now, that higher density may appear, right? There might be more people there. You might need some accessory dwellings or smaller units that could be introduced. Now, not everyone's going to be on board with that, but affordable housing is a major need. That's something that's happening all across the country. So that's bucket number 2. Bucket number 3 is business attraction and retention. And maintaining strong retail and dining that gives Wayne its identity, I think, to me, is really crucial. You got to be attracting new businesses all the time. And they need to align with the walkable, mixed-use vision of the downtown. So it's got to be the right kind of businesses, not necessarily big box retail, as an example. and ensuring that the vacancy stays low and that new retail supports the residential base. So stuff that's actually going to have a customer base there and people can make money because that's what businesses are there to do. So I like that part of the plan a lot because that will actually help take off some of the density because people can walk to shopping and walk to restaurants. Then you've got the parking and the mobility issue. That's bucket number 4. And they want to improve the walkability and the bike friendliness in downtown Wayne. I think that's great, although a lot of bikers don't follow traffic laws, which is a whole nother story. Making sure there's enough spaces, they're located in the right space for parking, and how they support the district uses, and then enhancing the public transportation connectivity. So the train station obviously is great. Thank goodness SEPTA didn't make those cuts. That would have really hurt. Bus and shuttle links, as well as like pedestrian and streetscape improvements. Then you've got the green space or the open space. So upgrading the sidewalks, upgrading lighting, street trees, making downtown Wayne, having some furniture, like some park benches, right? Not just functional, but inviting where people can relax for the day. Creating and enhancing gathering spaces for events or even outdoor dining. I mean, you look at what media does. Media has dining under the stars. It's an incredible thing that attracts a whole bunch of people. If that's happening in Wayne, that's going to be great for the businesses, for the residents, and for everybody. And I think there's a model here in media. Now, geographically, media is bigger. It's a borough. It's also in Delaware County. Maybe talk to the officials over there how they got media off the ground. And strengthening the walkable suburb identity. Then you've got the action plan and implementation. So there's short-term, long-term, and medium-term projects. Budgeting, phasing, who's responsible for what, whether it's the township, the residents, the business owners, and monitoring the zoning changes and things that could be coming. So theoretically, this plan's great. I like a lot of parts of it, especially the multi-use properties, the affordable housing components, because there already is a great restaurant base and retail base in Wayne. And imagine what that looks like if they're attracting even more businesses. So what this means for people that live in Wayne right now, I think, you see improved amenities, better streetscapes, more mobility. Well, that's going to boost home values. That's going to boost demand for downtown Wayne, which is already in high demand as it is. And it's adjacent neighborhoods like a St. David's or when you get into North Wayne or even parts of South Wayne. So I think that's really exciting. And multifamily development, that might affect how people view the neighborhoods. Now, there are parts of Wayne that are in row homes. If you go, especially on the north side of North Wayne or right off of North Wayne Avenue, there's a lot of twins and row homes, and there's some diverse housing there. I think more of that could be better and make sure it's in the right districts. That's where you really got to understand where you're building this stuff. So I see a big upside here for homeowners and property owners in Wayne, which is great, and for people that want to buy into Wayne. Now, for developers, there's probably also an opportunity if you want to develop an older building. Now, that can cost more, and you might run into some red tape, and just ask the owner over at the Exton Square Mall about what happens when the community gets involved. That can be a huge opportunity to develop and be part of that change. So if I'm a homeowner now, or I'm thinking about moving to Wayne, I'm getting involved at these meetings. I'm going to review a visionforwayne.com, understand what the plan looks like, and I'm going to be vocal about what I like or dislike about that. I think that's really important. Make sure you get the township's notifications on their mailing list. Go to the vendor fairs. If you're a business owner, talk to other business owners. Talk to people who are going to these things because it's really important you get involved at the local level when this kind of development's happening. And the reason all this stuff matters is because you can shape the narrative, then just react to it, which is what a lot of people do. And you can also be there to have your voice heard when the early planning is happening. So the vision for Wayne could be really exciting. Let me know what you think in the comments.